Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. This is episode 164, and guess who's putting on the Nutjob hat today? I'm putting it on, but check this out. I'm putting it on for me. Why? Because I'm picking these guys to win in 6 games versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, who won the Stanley Cup last year and beat the Islanders in 6 games on the way to do it. But we have a beautiful rematch in the Eastern Conference Finals, and hey, I'm a cockeyed optimist of a fan, so just think of this as my as my tinfoil hat. I do want to address me calling people nut jobs. I don't think it matters. I've got less than 100 views on each of these videos, so but I am getting responses. Usually, responses calling me names, but with no argument to back it up. So if that's your game, that's fine. If you try to troll me, I guess that's fine too. Go ahead, do what you need to do to make you feel better about your life. But I do want. I'd rather have discourse. I'd rather have some people make a point. If you look at some of my other videos and some of my comments, usually there's a back and forth. I don't agree with people all the time, but I try to be civil. And so if you're just going to come out name calling, usually the first thing out of my mouth is, okay, that's great. You called me names like we're in high school. Now, do you have an argument? Because I am assuming you're an adult, or at least can argue like an adult. I have my 16-year-old Logan, super smart, way smarter than me. He has a 140 IQ, and he went to a specialized school, and so he knows how to argue, and he has the intelligence and usually the facts to back up his arguments. And so he gets on Twitter, and he doesn't argue as much as he used to, but when he was like 14 or 15 years old, he would own people my age and older. And the people would go and look at his profile and go, "Oh, you're 15, what do you know?" He goes, "Why are you bringing my age into it? I know a lot more than you, apparently." It's like, and he would own them in arguments. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So if you're going to argue, bring an argument. Don't name calling doesn't hurt me. I'm 53 years old. You can call me anything you want. It's not going to hurt me. Probably the worst thing you can call me is an Islanders fan. That's the worst thing you can call me. So yeah. But if you're gonna just name call, go to the local high school where you'll get owned. Because I by the way, I work in a high school, so go there and see how you do. Is you'll get owned by them too. If you want to get a name calling contest, I'm not going to do that with you. I'm not going to might call you a name back, but I doubt it. I'm just going to say you got an argument, and that's usually the people that name call first don't have much of an argument. So, like I said, and the people that I call nut jobs, well, you're name calling. Yeah, I'm calling people the names that are in positions of authority and should be acting in a respectful and intelligent manner. So yeah, that's why I called Louis Gohmert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Dr. Sherry Tenpenny all nut jobs because they're saying nut jobby things. What did they say, right? Louis Gohmert said maybe the BLM, Bureau of Land Management. Sorry, my tinfoil hat almost blew away. I need to have that. So the representative Louis Gohmert of Texas said that maybe the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, I'm repeating myself because of my blow-away tinfoil hat, and the Forest Service could maybe get to work on altering the orbit of the moon. Okay, I'm giving you a few seconds to let that sink in. Are you hearing that? You think we can just get a few blasters up there? It's not a Death Star. It's not a fucking Star Destroyer. And just put a little propulsion on a fucking who knows how many megaton piece of space, a planet basically, and a moon around a planet. You think you can just move that, and even beyond that's going to somehow help with climate change? No, we made it. We need to take care of it. So there's number one. Okay, just like I said, I'm just doing a recap for the week, basically, and saying that I'm also a nut job. Like I say, here's the gear to prove it. Okay, number two, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I listed all the crazy things she said. I actually forgot the latest one because I still got Jewish space lasers in my head, and she means these things. That's the scary part. She was saying it tongue in cheek. I would get it, but she says all the crazy things. She means all the crazy things she says, or at least she acts like she does. Like I said, and you probably shouldn't be working in sarcastic or a satiristic manner if you're a fucking representative of the U.S. government. You should probably just kind of be serious. And my cat's whining like a little bitch. Shut up. So there's Marjorie Taylor Greene out of the way, and then Sherry Tenpenny. If you're a doctor, you shouldn't be making up theories about the vaccine. If you have some proof, bring it. That's what science is, proof of stuff. So there's that, and then I was going to throw in someone else for nut job of the week, but let's just move on, shall we? We got 5 minutes. I really came with not much to talk about. I know you guys don't want to hear about hockey for 10 minutes. There are way better YouTubers that do way better content about hockey than I do. But I'm pretty psyched about it. A couple videos ago, I talked about how we we don't really have a lot of access to you got to buy cable and pay for it, which I think is bullshit, to watch sports. And today, NBC has it nationally, so I'm going to be I'm going to be sitting in my chair at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, just watching the game. 3 hours to myself, actually 2.5 hours. Another reason I really like hockey, so I guess I will go on a little hockey tangent here, even though I just said I wouldn't. Like I said, the tinfoil hat's right there. There's a reason it exists. It's not just for all the other nut jobs, for me too. But the reason I love hockey, okay, it starts at 1, really doesn't start till maybe 1:20 usually, right? 20 minutes pregame. I don't even need to watch that. I know I can come in late, okay? So 1:20, the game starts. Hockey is constantly moving. 20-minute periods for an hour of playtime, right? There are not a lot of stoppages in hockey. You usually are through 20 minutes of hockey in probably 30 to 40 minutes, which is great. So you play. So let's say on the long end, the first period goes all the way till 2 o'clock. Okay, they get about 15 minutes in between periods. Because if you ever go to a hockey game, it really is cool how often those guys are shifting in and out. When I was a kid, I just thought those same guys were on the ice the whole time, or maybe they subbed in and out a little bit. You really don't understand the game until you go. It's really amazing. I mean, those guys are shifting in and out all the time to pile up ice time. It's a high energy sport. It's hard to stay on skates for a couple minutes and battle 200 plus pound men for a puck and try to get into a net behind a professional huge goalie. So I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm tangenting. Maybe I should put the foil hat on. Maybe I'll get some reception in here to get my brain working better. But the reason I like it is because after that 15-minute period, you're in their second period, another 30 to 40 minutes, another 15-minute. And that's the thing. You can walk away for 15 minutes. No one's going to sit there and watch ads and mid-game for 15 minutes. So I can go and do something for 15 minutes. I can go wash dishes. I can go, I don't know, I read a chapter of a book or something. And then you'll last 30 minutes. So it only takes about 2.5 hours to cover a 1 hour of playing time. Match that football. Are you kidding me? You're in 3.5 hours for 60 minutes of football. You're in 2.5 hours for 60 minutes of hockey. That's another reason I like hockey. And unlike football, hockey advertising during the game has not affected the integrity of the game. And that's what really angers me about football. These guys, when I was a kid, I know I'm going old school on you, but maybe you guys will remember if you're as old as me, or if you were watching when you were little. Because I'd say about until the 2000s is really when it got bad. What would happen? Start the game with kickoff. You'd wait maybe 30 seconds because the offense is ready to get on the field. So is the defense from the kicking team, and boom, your game is on. Not anymore. Fucking commercial right after the kickoff. And by the way, what's the percentage of kickoffs that just go in the end zone? You get a touchback and then you get a commercial or two and then they play. That's bullshit. And it is. I mean, the game, it used to be 3 hours. You were done in 3 hours, and now you're done in 3.5. That's not because the game is stretched out anymore. That's not because we're doing more running plays or passing plays or more incomplete passes, maybe a little bit. That's mostly because the advertisers have piled on more ads. And us dumb Americans will just sit there and watch them and consume their bullshit. So had to take the hat off. I was getting hot talking about football. So that's why I like hockey better. And it has. And when I say it's affected the integrity of the game, football advertising, it has. Because they used to stop whenever you go out of bounds, clock stopped. Because there wasn't advertising puffing up the game. Now, they'll keep the clock running when a guy runs out of bounds in certain parts of the game. Because we got to keep the game moving. And because we need to squeeze advertising spots in. And that's affected the integrity of the game. So I think that sucks. That's why I watch hockey. Like I said, Islanders in 6, maybe 7. But I got to choose my team, right? I'm a fan. It's my last team that I even give a shit about. So thanks for listening to all my Nutjob comments, all my commentary on people that I think are acting like nut jobs. And if you have a problem with it and can't make an argument Why are you bothering? Why are you coming and just insulting me? Like I said, doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care. Don't give a fuck. So if that's the way you want to roll, fine. But if you can make an argument, make an argument. Maybe we can have a discussion. Maybe each of us can grow a little bit. So there you have it. That was kind of a babbler, but I'll get back on it tomorrow. And everybody have a happy Father's Day if you're a dad. If you're a kid of a dad and your dad's a good dad, celebrate him and have a great day. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.